Okay, this will be an interesting one. I've done heaps of these lately. I'm going to leave it on 100. Going to leave it on red. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here Who magazine. I'm going to use this, take a picture. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, folks. I'm going to do something interesting, hopefully, with this Who magazine. Who, what, where, I like to call it. It's all about celebrities and shit. I don't understand why people worship them. But, you know, it's a thing that's become a part of culture. Most people like to talk about the names and the faces and what they got up to, what they ate. It's really quite boring in my books as to how people can be so fixated with celebrities, even though they don't live up to expectations. That looks interesting. I still don't think it's what I want, but basically, yeah, they just fail to live up to expectation because they're fucking rich and they're famous and they've got all sorts of shit that they do, and people just worship them. You know, people with money, people with fame always get recognised and revered, but they're not always up to the expectations. They always do silly things more often than not instead of doing things right, and it's really quite silly. I just don't understand why people like to worship them when they're just not even up to scratch in their field. Oh, they do act, but basically I'm sure their acting isn't so, I don't know, that's a good question. You know, if they get drunk or if they get drugged, their acting skills are going to go south, I must say. So yeah, so they obviously don't always live up to their acting because they're fucked. I mean, celebrity, there's nothing wrong with fame and fortune in itself. Fame and fortune can be a powerful prime mover to help make the world a better place. So the people with money, and that looks brilliant. So the people with money have the potential, and to me it's an obligation of making the world a better place, of somehow rising above it all, rising above the culture of their industry, the fact that most celebrities are doing it all wrong anyway, that they can make a difference. I have faith that it can work. It can be used. Fame isn't necessarily bad, and neither is fortune. But the people who've got this money and power must use it wisely. They must be good citizens, good stewards of their money and their fame. Because otherwise it's useless. It just becomes tabloid headlines, you know. And a lot of famous people don't enjoy what the paparazzi coming onto them. They don't. They hate it, but they wonder why it happens. And they bring it in many ways. They bring it on themselves. I know the paparazzi are another problem, another issue. They're there to make money, and they make a lot of money out of celebrities making news, often bad news. But celebrities have got to keep themselves clean so that they can avoid the paparazzi picking on them. But then the paps just don't give up anyway. It goes both ways. It's both the celebrity and the paps. And that looks really dark. It looks interesting. Wonder if we could lighten it a bit. But basically, yeah, we didn't lighten it, or I forgot to lighten it. But basically, there is nothing wrong, per se, with fame and fortune. It's what you do with that fame and fortune, how you utilise it. And that's something that these rich people and these famous people have to learn, is how to hold their fame, how to handle it. And that's what has to be done. Otherwise, it's just going to be a junket for the paparazzi. So that looks interesting. That looks really nice. Haven't done one like this for a long time. I was just wondering if I should have done the hue control. But fame and fortune can be a good thing. Yeah, you got a lot of money, you can give money to charity, and you can start your own charity. Now, I've got the edge there. I didn't notice that edge. Oh, damn it. Fuck. I think I forgot something. I forgot to put it on 104 by 104. So basically, fame does come with a price, but you got to fucking use your fame productively. I can't see why people who are famous, why they should just muck around and fuck around when they've got such an opportunity to make a difference. Most people who want to make a difference can't make much of a difference because they're not rich, or they don't have the right connections to make a difference. And it's really tragic how people who've got plenty of resources and fame and fortune just squander it, and they get into trouble and they make stupid headlines, drugs and alcohol and sex, all that sort of scandalous shit. And it's just really, I just see it as such a fucking waste of an opportunity to make a difference in life. To me, being famous without doing the right thing is like a hole in my heart. It's like the wind blowing through this hole, that living for myself, for my own financial gain, buying multiple mansions and buying multiple prestige cars. What a fucking emptiness that is to me, folks. It's emptiness, folks. It's fucking emptiness. I don't want to be like that. If I fucking become rich and famous, I don't want to be like that. I'd rather die than fucking become a fucking pain in the ass like that. I'd rather die. I don't want to live if I'm going to fucking be selfish and bitchy and fucked. No, I refuse. I want to give to the world, not take. I want to make a difference, folks. If I could become famous, I want to make a fucking difference. Anyway, that looks interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.